So I'm finally up and out of bed at 3 p.m. after playing the Kirby Air Riders story mode all night long, twice. If that isn't a glowing endorsement, yeah, I don't know what is. Now, some of you guys coming here from my last video are probably getting a little bit of whiplash right now. What can I say, man? The demo was weak. I can chalk it up to any number of things, but I really think that's just what it is. And I talked about this a little bit in my Kirby Air Riders demo video, and even my Windswept video, that some games are just better off not having a demo. This was one of those cases, I think, because it very nearly almost unsold me on Kirby Air Riders, and now here I am. I'm ready to tell you guys that this is one of my favorite new, like brand new game releases from this year. I gotta say it, as of recording, the game is only 2 days old. I have 30 hours in Kirby Air Riders now. And I'm so glad that turned out to be the case, because, I mean, if you guys have been here for a minute, you know I was looking forward to this game. You know I didn't come out here actively, like, wanting to hate on it. I'll leave that to the grifter side of Nintendo YouTube. I was just being honest with how I felt regarding the demo. And you know, it happens, but after playing the demo event on the second weekend that it was available, it did start to grow on me. It actually got me a little bit excited for the full release, and now that it's here, oh my god, dude. I love how for me that, you know, each new high-profile racing game that came out this year has just continue to top the last one. I liked Mario Kart, didn't love it, it has problems. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, pretty darn fun, I quite enjoyed that one. And now Kirby Air Riders is just crack. You guys have no idea how much City Trial I have played over the last 2 days. The experience of just jumping in and getting so much more powerful, finding your favorite machine and just beefing it up, getting the legendary machines and absolutely annihilating all the other players and ruining their days. What an exhilarating, addicting experience this game. It just... This isn't really like a review kind of video. I just want to sit here and gush. I just want to sit here and gush a little bit about Kirby Air Riders. One thing I will stand by from my demo impressions video is that, you know, like the first game, yes, I have fond memories of playing it growing up, but, you know, revisiting it today, yeah, it is a little bare bones. Understandably, right? Like, the game is over 20 years old. If you know the story of the development cycle, it makes sense. And so Kirby Air Riders, you know, I've seen it being described as sort of like a quasi-remake of the original, and like, yeah, pretty much. I'm not generally an advocate for games replacing other games, because, you know, I think there's artistic merit in the original releases that shouldn't be lost to time. And I still think that's true about the original Kirby Air Ride. But, I mean, man, to tell you the honest truth, I really don't see much reason to ever go back and play the original now that we have Air Riders. It really is just a better version of Kirby Air Ride. So many more characters, so many more machines, better controls. Not that it's changed like that much, but they have made some quality of life adjustments and tweaks and changes that just make every machine feel so good to control, even the really weird ones. There's a variety of modes to keep you engaged. I mean, you know, you have your regular standard races, the air ride mode. It was never my go-to in the original game, but like, I mean, hey, I gotta be honest, like, everything feels good here, so it is pretty fun. It is pretty fun to jump in and play, and the same goes for Top Ride, which is, yeah, I mean, it's always kind of been the black sheep of Kirby Air Ride. I think that's probably still true here, but I can at the very least say that, you know, it feels good. It feels good to play. It's certainly an improvement over the original game's Top Ride mode, and I found myself having some fun with it. And then, dude, then there's the customization. I mean, the insane amount of freedom that you have with customizing your machines it's unparalleled. People are making some really wacky stuff And I mean really wacky. Just look at my Twitter if you want to see. I don't think I can show it in this video. And then there's the road trip mode, which, you know, is the story mode for the game. I wasn't really, like, super stoked for it or anything like that. I figured, it'll probably be okay. I'll probably play it once and then that'll be it. And after playing it twice, I can say, you know, the story itself, yeah, maybe not anything like super extravagant. Not that I was expecting it to be. I mean, this is a Nintendo game after all. But there are some neat little cinematics, and the true finale to the game is pretty cool. It's pretty darn cool, I gotta say. But the actual gameplay of it is a ton of fun, and it's addicting. You do a variety of different, like, races and challenges and, like, little stadium events and all that kind of stuff to essentially power up your machine. After my first run through of it, I was like, okay, well, that was neat. And then I realized I didn't experience the true finale. I wasn't exactly, like, super excited to go play through the whole thing again until I started. That's where I got started. Like, I realized, oh, okay, there's a certain amount of challenges from the challenge board that I need to complete for the true finale of this story mode. And then, you know, once I had those tasks laid out in front of me, once I started, like, actively seeking out challenges to complete, the road trip became like a whole different beast. There was just that extra layer of incentive to actually, like, play through it, like, all over again, you know? And that's exactly what I did. I mean, I'm not even shitting you. I played it twice, back to back. That was like 4 or 5 hours straight of just playing the story mode. And I was having a ton of fun the entire time. Oh my god, dude, Kirby Air Riders. I am so glad that I didn't let my initial sort of cold feet about the demo get in the way of me buying this game. Because again, it was my second most highly anticipated Nintendo game for this year. And I would say that, you know, these games here, 2 big home runs for me. I know what the grouches are out there saying about Nintendo games from this year, but to be honest with you, I mean, I think Nintendo has had a really solid lineup of games this year. Mario Kart World, okay, I know, was, you know, kind of a mixed bag. I think there is fun to be had with that game, but it's kind of in bursts. But aside from that, Donkey Kong Bonanza was fantastic. Man, I had a blast with that game. I didn't pick up Hyrule Warriors or that new Pokemon game, but I've seen plenty of people having their fair share of fun with them. I've been hearing good things about them. And Kirby Air Ride, I think, is a slam dunk. I mean, this game is so much fun, man. You know, it just goes to show that, like, even though I didn't play everything that came out on the Switch this year, they had a really, like, broad set of games to appeal to a lot of different people this year. And we're not even done yet. There's still Metroid Prime 4 in, like, what, a week or two. We'll see how that one turns out. I hope it's good. I really do. I'm gonna keep an eye out on that one. I might pick it up if the reviews come out and they sound like they're good. This video is kind of a little bit all over the place. My bad. Like I said, this wasn't going to be a structured review. I'm just kind of rambling and gushing a bit about this game because I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with Kirby Air Riders. I've been doing some Team City Trials with the DK crew, and we've just been having a blast. It's so easy, too. This is like the most intuitive online I think I've ever seen for a Nintendo game. You open up a lobby, you invite your friends, and then they can join. Only took Nintendo, what, 25 years to get to this point, but here we are. We finally made it. Hopefully the next Smash Brothers game can be this intuitive. Please, Sakurai, don't toss out those schematics. But yeah, it's a ton of fun, you know, and it's like I speculated before the game released. I think it kind of solves the issue of, you know, breaking everybody up in the free-for-all city trials, you know, at the end with the stadiums. Because you don't really get a sense of how well you did compared to the rest of your city trial playmates. But in teams, you know, everybody does the same stadium event and contributes points to their team based on how well they performed, and then you get a sense for how well you did compared to everybody else in the lobby. Not that everything needs to be some big competition or anything like that, but sometimes it is cool to see, like, how well you did compared to everybody else once you've collected so many stats and you feel like a god on wheels. It's cool to have that instead of just jumping into a drag race against Little Tim. It's his first time, it's little Timmy's first time playing Kirby Air Riders, and you you 30-year-old man, have absolutely ruined the fun for him because you got so crazy beefed up on your stats. All you did was shove that kid's face in the dirt, and you have no idea how well you did compared to everyone else. Congrats. Congrats. Now that kid will never go pro. I wasn't thinking that there would be much to spoil for Kirby Air Riders, but like after playing it and being unspoiled, I am glad that I decided not to go ahead and look everything up before I played the game. Because the first night that I had the game, which I also started at midnight and was up all night long playing it, again, how much more of an endorsement do you need? I don't do that often for new games, okay? I think the last one I did that with was Donkey Kong Bonanza, and before that, I couldn't even tell you. But yeah, that first night, there was a city trial that I played where something so crazy happened. I had no idea about that this thing was in the game, and I will not show it here because I don't want to spoil it. All I can say though is that it blew my mind. Oh yeah, okay. I'm just cramming in any scattered thoughts that come to me as I'm sitting here trying to like piece out how to talk about this game. I got a lot of questions asking who I main in this game. So far it's Daroach. I love him. He's so good. His special is so fantastic. It's great whenever a mini boss shows up in the city trial, like the big wheelie guy, and everybody's like converged on him trying to attack him, and then I swoop in with my special attack and just scratch the shit out of all the players and steal a ton of power-ups and stuff. It's euphoric. Speaking of euphoric, it's also just insanely satisfying whenever an event happens. Like, I'm just thinking of the bosses, I guess. You beat a boss, or somebody beats a boss, and then the power-ups go flying out, and you swoop in and you have a big magnet. You have a big magnet equipped and just suck up all the powers and then get out of there. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good. Anyway, okay, I'm sure I probably could think of more things to say, but I don't know what else to add. Thank God this game exists. Thank God I decided to give it another shot, and I loved it. This is a game that I never thought could exist or ever would. The original was not exactly well beloved. I think it got a slightly better reputation over the years from people like me who grew up on it and really enjoyed it, but the initial reception of the game was not very positive. We are seeing a little bit of a repeat of that here in the modern times. For some reason, Kirby Air Ride is like journalist poison, but for my money, this is the most fun I've had with a racing game all year, and to tell you the truth, it's not even close. It helps that it's not just racing though, probably. And it's just a consistent, concentrated dose of fun and chaos at all times. It might take you a little bit to get used to, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a little bit to get adjusted to the crazy amount of players that are available at a time. But I learned to embrace the chaos and I got used to it. I learned how to navigate around it, and like once that happened, man. Oh man. Fun. Shit, I keep trying to wrap this video up and I keep thinking of more things to say. I do have one more thing to say. I do have to wonder how well this game is selling. Unfortunately, a lot of the online seems to be a little bit dead. It takes a while to find other players for Air Ride, and especially Top Ride. Top Ride is dead. And that's a little bit disappointing, because like, I don't know, I kind of had fun with it. I kind of wanted to play against some more people. Who knows, maybe I'll get sick of it real quick. It definitely seems like the bulk of people who have the game are in City Trial. That's definitely the hot spot. But even then, it does take a little bit for the lobbies to fill in, and one thing I've noticed is that, like, you know, I'll get a handful of players, like, trickling in, but then as the timer gets down to the last couple of seconds, the lobby will almost instantly fill in, and I have a suspicion that they might be bots. They're just loading up the rest of the lobby with bots. I can't say this for sure, but like when I go to my recent players list after these games, then the majority of those players do not show up, so I don't know. I hope the game does do well, but like definitely I think if you have any interest in playing this game at all and you want to play it online, I hate to make you feel the effects of FOMO, but getting in early is probably going to be the best way to experience this game, because like I don't know how long the online is gonna stay alive. Kirby Air Riders, the whole series, the 2 games, it's a very weird niche set of games. But when it clicks, man, it really clicks. That's about all I have to say, I guess. How many of you out there have picked up Kirby Air Riders? Are you enjoying it as much as I am? Some of you fellas out there got way too heated about my feelings on that demo. The internet will try to convince you otherwise, but it is perfectly a-okay to have your opinions change about things. I encourage keeping an open mind. That's what I did here, and I found a diamond. I found a diamond through it all. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Check out my other channel that I'm going to be dabbling with some funny, goofy stuff. Unk's Arcade. I have a new video out there right now. Did a video on a Ninja Turtles game that made me feel ancient as shit. And that's about all I have to say. Woo! Kirby Air Ride, yeah!